Hi there, my name is Rita and I'm at Brock University studying to become a teacher, so I'm in Teachers College. Today I'll be talking to you about my Genius Hour idea and proposal for this TED Talk. So for those of you who do not already know Genius Hour or what it is, basically to me, it's an opportunity for the teacher and students to learn and grow together. It's new and a fun way of learning and introducing new topics and ideas to your students. So for me, Genius Hour is our right to be creative and a chance to explore anything and everything you ever wanted. So when asked to come up with an idea for this project, I struggled to think of what I was truly passionate about, and I realized that I'm not so good with making decisions since I changed my topic 3 times, so this is my third and final topic. So I hope it excites you as much as it excites me. The topic I'm going to talk to you about today is blood and what components make it up. Well, first you might think, well, that's a random topic, right? Well, this is something that has always intrigued me and that we can all kind of relate our experiences to growing up. Growing up, it was common for us kids to fall and hurt ourselves to the point where blood surfaces from our skin. So I've always known that blood is red in color because obviously we get to see that when we fall. But I really wanted to know more about it and what made it that way. So I wouldn't necessarily say that blood is my passion, but the process of wanting to know more about things that interest me is a passion of mine. So the thing that influenced me to choose this topic was a fellow teacher. I had the pleasure of volunteering for Maria, her name was. She's a grade 4 or 5 teacher at my elementary school. Over the past 3 years, we've become very close, and during one of her science lessons, she had asked me to help out and help recreate an experiment with her grade 5 students. The grade 5s were learning about the human body as part of the grade 5 curriculum for science. So basically, she wanted me to help her show her students what the 4 main components of blood are. And in this video, I will be recreating what I learned that day, and it was amazing to see how the students were so involved and excited to learn. And I think as a teacher, that's something you want to see your students give back to you, right? You want to see how excited they are and knowing that your lessons are pretty much worthwhile. So hopefully this video won't take longer than 5 minutes. So hopefully you'll enjoy it and get to see how I showed these students how to make blood, okay? So first, I'm going to show you a little thing that I already did. It's basically in a water bottle. And its components of blood. I used Cheerios, I used rice, I used food coloring as well, and obviously water because it's part of it. So what you're going to do first is take a water bottle and fill it halfway with water, because in our human body, we are made up of water. Another thing that is in our blood, another component, is plasma. So for plasma, we're going to use yellow food coloring. So you want to put about 1 or 2 drops just so you see that color. And I'll move the camera so you're able to see it. So basically that's the color before red blood cells are in our blood. So what I used for red blood cells were Cheerios, and I used red food coloring to dye it. And if you look closely, that's what red blood cells actually look like. They're little round circles. And red blood cells are what make our blood red. So what would have been more useful was a Gatorade bottle, however I did not have one handy. So for this portion, I'm actually going to use a spoon to feed it out of the bag so I don't make much of a mess, because I tend to be very clumsy with this. And you just kind of want to feed these Cheerios through the top of the water bottle. And what you're going to notice is the blood start changing color, the plasma and water there. And I also forgot to add salt, which is probably another component there that we should have added at the beginning. So for future reference, put it in at the beginning, because there's also salts in our blood as well, just a tiny bit though. So I'm going to continue to feed the red Cheerios into the water bottle. Bear with me here, I'm maybe taking a bit longer than I should, but it's all in the name of fun. So I am making a mess here, but that's okay. You might make a mess at home, but again, you can use the Gatorade bottle because the opening is bigger than this water bottle that I have here. So finish putting these through here. And I'm actually going to close the lid to show you something first. So I'm going to give it a little shake, and the food coloring is going to come off of the Cheerios, and you're going to get red blood. So red blood cells are prominent for that. They're known for that. Okay, they turn our blood red. Now, what happens when you're sick and let's say you have a cold and there's tons of bacteria in you, what helps us get better is also in our body called white blood cells. So for this experiment, I'm going to use just plain Cheerios without food coloring because they're whiter in color and we're just going to use that. But you can also use marshmallows too, and the kids get really excited because then they can eat the ones that they don't put into the bottle. So that's probably a plus. So I'm just going to feed a little bit through. Just like we're fighting a cold, our white blood cells are going to attack. I'm just going to use a little bit just to show you. Again, I'm going to close it and kind of move it around so you can see there's white mixed in with the red blood cells there. And then we also have platelets in our blood. Okay, so for this I used Italian rice. I'm just going to feed some in there. Again, for this, when I did the experiment with the grade 5s, the teacher had sequence beads laying around and it's pretty cool looking. But to get the whole effect, I'm just going to shake it around, and mixed in with the Cheerios is the platelets, and that's all 4 components of our blood. So it's pretty cool, and students will love this, so it's bang on. Basically, we got this idea off Pinterest and decided to put it to use in the classroom, and students loved it. So that is my TED Talk for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I think I just got past my nerves, so that's good. I feel more comfortable doing this. I am past the 5-minute mark, so I will stop talking, but one last thing I want to say is today's the day to vote. Get out there and do it and make a difference. Bye, guys.